State Patrol estimates around 100,000 people showed up to St. Paul's No Kings rally yesterday, including a number of notable speakers. Our Joe McCoy was there.
Thugs beat up on his face and his chest.
Bruce Springsteen captivating the tens of thousands of people at the Minnesota State Capitol Saturday, performing his song Streets of Minneapolis, which he created during Operation Metro Surge.
The power and the solidarity of the people of Minneapolis and of Minnesota was an inspiration to the entire country.
Speakers sharing a message of resilience, applauding the people of Minnesota for the fight they put up these past few months.
When the wannabe dictator in the White House sent his untrained, aggressive thugs to do damage to Minnesota, it was you, Minnesota, who stood up for your neighbors.
Minnesota showed the American people, and in fact the world, what democracy is about.
U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont praising Minnesotans for standing up against the Trump administration.
When they write about courage and sacrifice, the people of Minnesota will deserve a special chapter for themselves.
There's a battle outside and it's raging.
Singer Joan Baez performed as well, and actress Jane Fonda read a letter from Becca Good, the wife of Renee Good.
The world now knows that my wife sparkled with sunshine and shone with kindness that is unmatched. We were robbed of an incredible human.
The country with their eyes once again on Minnesota as the crowd came together as one.
Because of our solidarity, Minnesota became the model of resistance for the country.
The Minnesota Republican Party is dismissing this weekend's rally, calling it, quote, pure political theater. Minnesota GOP Chair Alex Plekish called the protest a, quote, distraction from the DFL's failed record. He went on to say, quote, they can put on a show for a day, but when the celebrities leave, Minnesotans are still left with the consequences. Let's take a look at the turnout from demonstrations across the country. From coast to coast, organizers estimate nearly 7 million people gathered in protest. Although the main flagship rally was held right here in St. Paul, dozens of smaller demonstrations were also happening across the state and across the U.S. A public visitation is planned this afternoon for Minnesota sports journalist Jessie Pierce and her 3 children, who all passed away in a house fire in White Bear Lake last weekend. That will be taking place from 1 to 5 o'clock this afternoon at Mueller Memorial Funeral Home. The cause of that fire is still under investigation, but officials say preliminary findings have not led to any evidence that it was set intentionally. Last night was a bittersweet one for local music fans.
We're very happy with where we are, and we're so happy to be here tonight doing this show.
I mean, just can you imagine
that First Avenue would have us here and let us do our Golden Jubilee 50th anniversary Burn It Down blowout.
Minneapolis punk band Suicide Commandos shared a special moment with their devoted followers at First Ave. The trio, known as one of the first punk rock bands to sign with a major label, performed for the very final time. The band has been performing for 50 years and said they wanted to perform that one last time while they're still healthy and still could.